okay, I don't give a fuck. Keep the brokies away from me, please. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, VIAGLO. If you're new here, my name is Gloria, and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I have yet another ship with me. So I'm gonna be shipping out some items that sold. Today is currently Sunday, and these sold yesterday, and then some of them this morning. So I want to do a ship with me and show you guys what I am selling currently at the beginning of April. So let's get into it. The first one is actually a pair of men's denim jeans. These are just the Adriano Gold Schmied. I do believe I hauled these very recently, like I want to say maybe 2 haul videos ago. I'm not sure, but I did talk in that video and let you know, like, Adriano Gold Schmied men's jeans sell really well for me. Also, the women's jeans sell as well. I feel like I have 100% sell-through rate with the brand in general, but I did pick up like a pair of like a blouse that was denim, and it's still sitting. So that's pretty much the only thing that I picked up in this brand that has not sold yet. But this sold this morning, and I was pretty happy because I turned my Posher VA back on, and I actually have it set at like 22% off with $5.95 or $5.99 shipping. And I just wanted to start making sure that I actually don't lose too much, because before I was doing 15% just as the initial offer, and then on like a designated day of the week where sales are like incredibly slow, I'll go ahead and send like a 35% off offer. So I'd much rather just stick to the 22%. That way it can be like a good negotiator, since it's like right in the middle. But I said all that to say, if you are not currently, you definitely should try to send offers. Of course, not manually. I mean, granted, you can if you want to, but I choose to use a VA to do the leg work for me. So there's that. But this one sold for $35. I had it listed at $45. It sold because of the offer, and I paid 94 cents for it, so I profited $25.04. I would 1000% pick this brand up again. It has not steered me wrong. Let me know down below if this is a brand that you look out for or you kind of skip on. I know in the beginning when I used to just pick up all types of styles, it would sit for a little while, but it would eventually sell. So the sell-through rate is really high up there. And I just started dabbling into men's because I go to the bins, and I feel like it's a good little transition. All right, so the next one is actually already pre-packaged, so we love that. This is just a pair of Free People flare pants. I'll pop it up on the screen. I actually put all of my trousers inside these clear poly bags because it's probably the only thing that really works out for me. So this one actually sold on eBay through an offer. They sent me a $30 offer. I had it listed at $38, I want to say, and I went on and accepted it, and I paid $1.36 for it, and I profited $24.86. So it was a pretty good sale. Typically when I have to put things that are priority inside a regular poly bag, because I'm actually out of my bags, if y'all haven't noticed, the tie back and then the bubble one, I'll go ahead and put these free USPS stickers that I got on the package, just so they can still know that this is priority, although it doesn't have like the packaging. So there's that. Okay, so the next one is a dress that I actually just listed this week. What's so crazy about this is that I only picked this up because I was like, you know what, wrap dresses are in, it's springtime, this is a perfect wedding dress. Well, not a wedding dress, a wedding guest dress. So I went on and got it, and I got instant attention on it on Mercari, on eBay. I don't think I got attention on it on Poshmark, but what ended up happening was, once I noticed that it was getting a lot of engagement, I sent the offers to the people that was liking it, because I like to make a fast flip any day now. So once I received the attention on it, I went on and sent offers on it on Mercari. Nobody purchased it, so I was just like, oh great, love that for me. But I ended up getting an offer on eBay for $20, which was just $5 off of my initial asking price, and I went on and accepted it. So what I did was I went and Googled the brand. It's called Art and Effect. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And I noticed that it was a Chicago boutique brand, and I looked at the address it was being shipped to, and it is from somebody that lives in Chicago. So I thought that was pretty neat. I wasn't able to find a stock photo for this item, so I was really like, it's gonna be hard to depict how beautiful this thing looks, but I was pretty happy that it still got the attention that it very much so needed. But I sold this for $20. I paid $1.10, and I profited $16.68 off of this item, and we absolutely love to see it. Let me know if you found a boutique brand before that you've always passed up and you really regret it. This alone has made me understand, like, I need to start really looking more into boutique brands. Although this only sold for $20, that was a quick $20 deal that I just made off of this. So I'm gonna start picking up boutique brands even if I don't know anything about it. All right, so the next one actually sold this morning. It is a frame sweater. I got a lot of questions from the potential buyer regarding this piece. And when I initially picked this up, I saw the comps. The comps were like wildly high, and I was so excited because frame denim doesn't do well for me. So I was excited to find a sweater, and then a sweater at the bins at that, in a very like new condition. So I was like, hell yeah. So when I initially was doing all my searching for this specific item, I couldn't find anything. So then I noticed that a lot of frame sweaters have 5% cashmere in them. So what I did was I pretty much typed up the exact thing that this has, which is balloon sleeves, chunky knit, all that fun stuff. And I actually found the stock photo and the description because the potential buyer had asked what was the fabric content, and unfortunately somebody cut out the care tag. So when I found the stock photo, which was so strange because when she asked me that question, I just went and Googled it, you know, all the things, because I wanted to make sure I gave her an accurate answer. And I'm like, why wasn't I able to find this when I first tried to do research on it? But I was able to find it in like 5 minutes. It was crazy. But she asked the questions, and then she kept asking more questions this morning. And that just goes to show, like, even though it's annoying as hell, answer their questions, because 10 times out of 10, they're gonna purchase it. So this one actually sold for $49. So like I told you guys before, I had this one listed at like $95, and I had it drop down on eBay to like $36, which is insane. But it was because I realized, like, we're out of sweater season, whatever the case, and I really wanted to get rid of a lot of my sweaters and jackets and coats. By the way, if you actually want to check out my closet or any of my storefronts, my shops, all that fun stuff, and give me a 50% off offer on a sweater, coat, or jacket, I will 100% accept it. So I sent out 45% off offers one day, and of course, you know, nobody bought it. So she asked me, could I, you know, resend it? And I told her that I wouldn't be able to, but she can just send me an offer that was $3 less. And she eventually did it, and it sold. So this actually sold for $49, and I only paid $1.10, and I profited $38.10 off of it. So the next one is this Bella Doll chambray top. This is a newer label, which is a newer style, which is what we love. I picked this one up at the bins, and I of course checked, you know, for flaws or whatever. I make it home, it's time to get under the ring light, and I notice like a makeup stain here or there. So then I go ahead and wash it, get it out. It's time to photograph it. I look at the piece and I notice that it has like a slit in it, and I'm like, oh my God. So then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep it myself, because, you know, and then I realized, like, girl, you are not gonna wear this. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna list it with the flaw. I was able to find a stock photo, and honestly, I think that's what really sold this item. And because this is in chambray, denim is like somewhat similar. So this is actually a really great piece to wear in the spring. So I think that's why it sold so quickly. But anyways, I went on and listed it. I had it at $25 because I'm starting to notice that I like to price my items at $25 in hopes to get about $18 to $20 for them, especially pieces like this where I don't really care too much about them. I just want to make a quick sale. So I received a $20 offer, which was only $5 off. So of course I was like, I'm gonna accept that. And I did. And this one actually sold on Poshmark, and I paid $1.10 for it. And I profited $14.90 after fees and cost of goods. So we love to see it. And I was pretty happy about that because, you know, it's a pretty quick $15. Bella Doll is just like a hit or miss. Like I can have a piece that sits for ages, or I can have a piece that sells really quickly, which is crazy. And I think this is the first time it actually sold really quickly. It's never sold within like 2 days after listing. But I was pretty happy about it. The next one is this Trina Turk blouse. I also got this from the bins. I remember receiving a super low ball. I think I initially had this listed at like $30 something. And another item that I think it was a prana dress, if I'm not mistaken. The prana dress was listed pretty low as well, maybe about $25, because I couldn't find a stock photo and it was winter time. So I was just kind of like, I'll just, you know, take my L. But they sent me a $20 offer. And at the time, I was so irritated. Even though I got both of them from the bins, I was annoyed because it's like, come on, bro. Like, if you're gonna do this, do it right. At least send a $30 offer. That's still a low ball, but $20. So then, of course, you know, we went back and forth. And I think she had only came up to like $22 or $24. And I eventually just declined because I'm like, bro, like you are doing entirely too much with that type of offer. So the dress ended up selling shortly after for a full asking price, which was like $25. And that's why I was like, yes, because they had, of course, bundled it. So I was happy about that. And then I ended up relisting this, and you know, everything works out perfectly. Like, keep the brokies away from me, please. But this one sold for $23. I do believe that this one was from an offer. So Pasha VA must have sent them an offer. They quickly accepted it, and it sold for $23. I paid $1.05 for it, and I profited $15.33 after fees and cost of goods. I have to say that's a pretty good flip there. Let me know down below if you guys are selling Trina Turk, and do you sell it well, because I feel like it's a miss. I think I had a dress in my closet. I don't know if I still have it, but it just did not perform the way I thought it was. I know a lot of people do not play when it comes to like stock photos and stuff, but I feel like stock photos will really sell your item. Like, it will sell it quick as hell. Oh, I didn't even show y'all this. So this is a Johnny Was blouse. Also got this from the bins, and I was really happy to find it because it's Johnny Was. This is actually their 3J workshop. I don't really know all these sub brands that they have, but I saw all of the embroidery to it and I was like, this gotta be Johnny Was. And then once I seen 3J, I'm like, okay, let me look it up. And I looked it up and it was in fact Johnny Was. So we love Johnny Was at the bins. Unfortunately, I did not get what you would typically get for Johnny Was. I'm starting to see a pattern here because lately when I find Johnny Was, it's in a smaller size versus like a larger size. And I do believe that this brand does so much more better when you are picking up a larger piece, something with silk maybe, because I kind of didn't like it, but since I got this at the bins, you know, I was okay with the sale. This actually sold this morning on eBay. I believe I sent out offers, or I dropped the prices on eBay. I'm not really sure because it sold for $36. And it sold, you know, fairly quickly because I had relisted it not too long ago. So it sold for $36. I actually paid $1 for it, so I profited $27.98. So love to see it. Put that there. This next piece is something that I remember hauling for y'all, and a lot of people was like, you're gonna do really good with that one. But this was just a like poker playing cards top, and it was actually handmade by a lovely lady. Whoa, all those polys are falling. It was handmade, and the buttons on it literally has like all of the pieces to like the card. So like a spade, a heart, a diamond, like that's what the buttons look like, which is so dope. This one actually sold full asking price on eBay. The only attention that I got on this was on Depop when it was first listed. I had it at $40, which I thought was really reasonable. I do kind of partially feel like I could have sold this at the very least for like, you know, maybe 60 bucks. But I think 40 was pretty reasonable. But anyway, so she asked me a question. I realized she, you know, lived in Japan, if I wasn't mistaken, and she asked me, did it say like Vegas on it? And I'm like, no. But I remember putting Vegas in the title because, you know, I wanted to get those keywords. One of my friends on my Instagram is the one that was telling me the keywords to use. Her name is Yvonne, if I'm not mistaken. Hey girl, hey. So I tried to, you know, try to stuff as many keywords as I can because I couldn't find anything on the person that, you know, handmade it. So did that, and it actually helped because someone on Mercari even asked me like, what's the lowest you'll go? And at that particular time I was annoyed because Mercari, you can literally send an offer, but you chose to jump in my messages and say, what's the lowest you can go? Like, bro, if you don't send a binding offer and stop playing. But I told him that it was the price listed, which was a little rude, but like, come on, if I listed at this price, that's clearly the price that I want it for. Like, let's be real here, buddy. So yeah, so this one sold for $35 on eBay. I purchased it for $1.68, and I profited $26.99 on it. And I do think that was a pretty good flip. Oh, my eBay is starting to wake up. Well, for this month anyways. Last month wasn't that bad on eBay. It's just that I felt like I should have been making a lot more sales. And what I'm noticing now, because the difference at this exact moment is Mercari has completely hushed up, like quiet as can be, and eBay has waken up. So I don't really know what to expect at this point. All right, so the next one is this J.Crew pair of linen men's pants. Also got this at the bins. I feel like all of these I pretty much got at the bins, but I got these at the bins, and I only picked them up because they're linen and they were J.Crew. I've been having so much luck with J.Crew, and I just want to keep riding the wave. Let me know down below if you pick up J.Crew, and if you don't, continue to not pick it up so I can keep selling it. But yeah, so these were just some men linen pants. I knew that these were gonna do well because it's linen, and this is a fabric that does really well around this time because it's so breathable. It just has a little bit of filling on it, but it's so breathable and it's so comfortable. I still need to get me a pair of linen pants. I can't find any ones that work for my shape just yet because, you know, linen doesn't really have any give or stretch to it. But yeah, this isn't about me. I picked these up, and they actually sold yesterday. I also sent these through an offer, Posher VA on Poshmark, and they sold for $24. I believe I had them at $32, and they actually were getting attention on eBay and Mercari, pretty much all the platforms I had it listed on. It had a few likes, but nobody really committed, so I was really happy to see the sale come through because I love fast flips, and if I can get something in and out within a week, I call that a win. So it sold for $24. I paid 94 cents for it, so I profited $16.24 after fees and cost of goods, which is a really good thing. I know a lot of the times I'm always like, I really wanted to make, you know, X amount for it, but I'm completely content with making sure that I profit over $10 for an item. I think my only problem really happens if I'm only selling those $10 items, or items that I only profit $10 on in a day, and I don't, you know, make larger sales. Because I do believe, and I didn't at other times, that we need filler items. Like, we don't always need to be, well, let me not say we, I don't always need to be selling like top dollar. I'm gonna, you know, sell this for $50. I think those $10, $15 sales also add up. I can also sell a whole bunch of $25 sales. I would love those. I would love $20 sales, because those are gonna be quick and easy, like quick and easy. All right, so these are just some Madewell denim jeans. I believe these are the perfect vintage style. Honestly and truly, y'all, I got these over the summer. This was during the time where I started to come across a lot of Madewell, and Madewell was like actually popular during that time. And we fast forward till now, and I sold these bad boys for $17. This one was also through a Poshmark sale, and once I saw that it sold, I was happy, because I'm like, I really want to move all of the Madewell denim that I get, because I'm kind of over the brand. I'm over, let me take that back. I'm over their denim that is older styles. I know when I find it in the bins, I'm most likely going to pick it up, but I don't mind selling it for this price point. But when I pay a, you know, pair of jeans price from a thrift store, I kind of don't like that. And this is exact example of that. These sold for $17. I paid at a thrift store $9.20. Now, this was at a thrift store that marks everything, you know, really high, but it kind of works to your benefit when you find something that is worth a lot. You only pay a flat fee instead of them, like, you know, upcharging. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But these sold for $17. I paid $9.20, so I only made a profit of $2.38, y'all. $2.38. But I'm so happy to see them go. They've been in my closet for over 6 months, and I'm over it. So yeah, I'll take that $2.38 and move on with my life. The next one is a pair of denim jeans that I talked about I would never pick up. Y'all know how it goes. I'm always reneging on what I say. These are a pair of BDG jeans. Found these at the bins, and I swiftly picked them up because they were a current style. I was able to find really good stock photo. I had them listed at $25 because, you know, like I said, I wanted them to sell for about, you know, 15, 20 bucks. And these sat for, I want to say maybe like a good 6 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. And it finally sold. Somebody sent me a $20 offer. It was listed at $25, and I went on and accepted it because I thought that was very fair. It's like lately people have been sending reasonable offers, and it's like, you should know by now that that is gonna always get you the sale. It's like, go ahead and send them something that they wanna accept, not like you trying to get the lowest of lows thinking that they might accept it, and then they don't because now somebody else saw it and now they got it, and now you look stupid. But yeah, I said all that to say, don't lowball people. But these sold on Poshmark for $20. I paid $1.31, so I made a profit of $14.69 off of these, which I have to say is a win when you pick up Urban Outfitters. So these are a pair of Free People sweatpants. I actually had these for about a good 6-7 months since the summertime, and I shouldn't have picked them up because I should know better, but now I know better. These were not a bins pickup, so I bought these at a thrift store and they actually finally sold. I actually relisted these and they sold within the day, so we love to see it. They didn't sell for much, but I didn't lose money, and I feel like at the end of the day that's pretty much where I'm at. I don't want to lose money on anything anymore. So these sold for $18, which was, like I said, the full asking price, and I paid $4.32, and after fees and cost of goods I profited $10.08 off of these. I'd probably pick them up again at a Ben's store. Granted, I actually just recently found a pair, but they are an extra large, which I presume will do really well. Granted, it's, you know, springtime, so I don't really know how well they're gonna do, but you know, I can always shoot high. and hopefully I, you know, fall at a good spot. Okay. Let me know if y'all pick up everything Free People, like Free People Beach, Free People Intimates, like pretty much all of their sub brands, because I definitely do. Like if I find at the bins, I'm picking it up. All right, so this is a new to me brand. It's called Scott James. I think I hauled these not too long ago. So I have been doing like a little bit of research, not too much, because I wanted these to sell quickly and for a decent amount. So of course I priced them at $25. Now after I noticed that they weren't flipping as quick because the sell-through rate is high as hell, since they weren't flipping too quick, I went on and did a little bit more research on eBay, and I noticed that the $25 mark is pretty much the new tag Scott James. So I had to pretty much lower mine just so I can get them out the door. But what I ended up doing was I held a 25% off on eBay, and this person actually purchased them with that sale, which was great because, you know, it's 25% off roughly, and I actually didn't mind it because, like I tell y'all before, I love a quick flip. And I think the price point that it sold for is pretty reasonable given the fact that mine were actually used. Although they are in a really great condition, minus all this damn lint, I just wanted to test it out. I think if you've sold this brand before, you know that the sell-through rate is pretty high. Yeah, this has a lot of lint. It just attracts so much. Should have put these in a bag when I came home. But yeah, so these actually sold for $18.75 with that 25% off sale that I was having for my store. And I paid $1.22 for these at the bins, and I profited $15.52 after fees and cost of goods. So I think it was a pretty good pickup. I would 100% pick this up again because these sold within like what, a week and a half of me actually listing them. I would try not to pick up one that is super lint, but yeah, it was a pretty good sale. Let me know down below if you've heard of the brand Scott James, because it was very much so a new to me brand. I feel like at the bins, anything goes. Like I'm able to test out new brands, new styles, and all of that. And I typically, prior to me going to the bins all the time, I would never pick up men's items. The only time I would pick up a men item if it was Lululemon. That was literally the only time I would pick it up. And now I'm able to pick it up all the time because it's at the bins and it's cheap as hell. Ooh, running out of tape, child. All right, so my battery died, but we're back. We only have 2 items left, so you don't have long here. This is just a Tory Burch dress. Actually got this over the summer, and it's been sitting for a very long time, and it finally sold. And I don't understand why it sat so long, but then I could understand that it didn't have a stock photo to really show the actual like item worn, so nobody really wanted to commit to it. But this was a 100% silk dress, and I haven't found Tory Burch in a very long time. I know for like the keywords and stuff, I put like you know, 70s inspired. It has like this beaded neckline, and you know, I try to give it as much as I could because I couldn't find a stock photo, but clearly, you know, nobody was checking for her. But it finally sold, and it sold last night. Somebody made me an offer on Poshmark, and I was pretty happy about it because my Posher VA was going to send out an offer that was very similar to it. So I had it listed at $55. I also had just relisted this item, so that is something that you really want to consider, is relisting your items. I know it's I think it's Beth. She talked about how she don't relist her items, and I can only imagine the amount of money that she would make more if she relisted her items. But I do know that when you relist, it does kind of like mess you up with the SEO, and it probably won't pull up on Google because the item is no longer available. But you know, it is what it is. I relisted this thing and it sold within a day, so I thought that was a pretty good thing. So this one sold for $42. They sent that offer and I accepted it, and I paid $7 for this item, and I profited $26.60 after fees and cost of goods. I personally enjoy picking up Tory Burch. She just sits for an incredibly long time. I mean, incredibly long. I know some people probably can get it out the door a lot quicker, but all the dresses that I picked up with Tory Burch, they sat for at least about 4 or 5 months before somebody actually came and got it. The next one is a consignment client item. This is just a Burberry sleeveless shirt, I think. I've had this for, I want to say since like October, if I'm not mistaken. I remember receiving an offer like maybe about 6 weeks ago, and they was like, hey, I'll buy it right now at $35. And I was like, no, it's not my item. They said, too bad, because that's all that I have. And I'm like, okay, I don't give a fuck. So I received another offer after I you know, relisted and then cross-listed it to Mercari. They sent me a message and they said, I'll take this right now, which it leads me to believe it had to have been the same person. But they was like, I'll take this right now for $35. And I told them no, because I had it listed at $70, which is very reasonable, because that's the exact price point that this is actually going for right now. So $70 is very reasonable. This is a pretty popular brand. I don't think I told y'all, it's Burberry London. So once they did that, I was like really annoyed, because I'm like, what the fuck? So what ended up happening was, I believe my Poshmark VA sent offers and this person accepted it. So this one actually sold at $52, and I paid nothing because this was from a consignment client, and we go half on everything. The only problem is when I go half with them, I actually eat the, you know, fees on the platform. So I only profited $15.60, which you know, it is what it is. It's free money, but that is one of the reasons why I don't really, you know, too much enjoy doing consignment. But honestly, like thinking about it just now as I'm talking, consignment would work perfectly if you've already got like hella listings already, and then this is just like extra. But if you are like solely relying on consignment client items and you have bills to pay, like I don't think it is worthy. But if you don't have a lot of bills to pay and you just, you know, pay a cell phone bill, I don't know, I think that, you know, flip is amazing for you, because you are getting free inventory and you're just making straight profit. Honestly, I feel like doing flip is probably so smart to do if you were like a newer reseller and you want to test the waters of reselling. Well, you probably wouldn't be able to, because nobody would pick you because you don't have experience. But I think that it would be great, because then you would come across like a lot of new brands. You start learning about pricing and, you know, researching and all of that, and you won't really lose any money because you didn't put anything into those items. So PSA, if you are a newbie, I think that you should definitely look into doing flip. Probably only do like a lot. Don't really just, you know, do multiples. You just want to do a few just to, you know, get your feet wet. And that way, like I said, you can come across a lot of different brands and you don't have to lose any money, like all of us other resellers that started out and just was picking up any and everything. So that is all I have for this shit with me video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed actually filming this because it was pretty seamless. I feel like the more that I film these, the easier that they become. So those are my sales for Saturday and then a little bit on Sunday morning. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. 𝕊𝕋